I have not been able to finish the entire new Australia course because, as mentioned previously, it is very long, but I will cover how that has gone and some just other stuff related to the development of the game. So, making the actual Australia course is pretty interesting due to the fact the point of it is to have like a massive lake at the center. There are also a few features that I'll have to add specifically for this course. For example, if you go in the water, I'll probably reset the car. I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about that, but I'll have to think about it. There's also a lot of elevation change with this course. And due to the fact there's going to be a lot more things that are going to be more common. For example, I'll actually have to fence off some of the parts manually. And another thing that I am adding is a lot more grass, much like the last Australia course. And it's going to be a bit of work, but the entire thing is definitely a bit interesting to decorate. I guess every course is different. This and the Tsuchikawa Toge one are definitely the most out there to decorate, I guess, in the ways that the stuff that I would normally do on every course is definitely a bit different with these, and the way that I do them is definitely a bit different. One thing that is definitely nice about getting farther and farther into development is that I have more and more pre-made assets at the ready. For example, back closer to the beginning of development, I had to make a lot more assets a lot more of the time. So a tree, I'd have to make that because it'd have to be different per course to some degree. And I'd have to make this and that and just all this little small stuff. And as I've gotten farther into development, I can reuse more stuff. For example, a mountain, I can use that on multiple different things. I just have to color it differently. And a little piece of grass, I just change the texture. And as I get farther and farther, there's more stuff that's going to be more applicable to each course. So an asset that I made for a different course, I can just reuse on another course because they're really similar, and I can just repurpose it. Recently for development as well, I've also had to do quite a bit of bug fixing. There's a lot of stuff that I actually didn't realize was an issue that I've found out about. So yeah, thank you to the Discord, because some of that stuff is just really dumb. For example, the 11, you couldn't spawn in on any of the courses because I actually forgot to add it to the table of values on each course, because I converted everything to tables. So it'll get it from the main selection screen, and it'll save that, and it'll go to the next course, and it'll load the information from that. And I never actually set up the 11 as a car in any of the courses. So basically all I had was a name, and then it would just get the name and then pluck that out of a folder. And that car wasn't in the table on any of the courses. So to the game, it would say, hey, there's no car there, and it wouldn't be able to spawn in 11. So now that's fixed. You can spawn in 11 and drive it. So I'm glad it was only really a small issue. So this is unrelated to the rest of the video, but recently I hired somebody to model a few cars, and it's been interesting so far. I've never actually hired anybody before, so I guess it's a learning experience. So the person I hired, they said they were a modeler, and they sent me some cars that they claimed to have made, and everything seemed great. And I tell them, all right, here's a list of cars that I need made. I can pay for up to this many of them, so just make that number. And I can pay on a per car basis, or I can pay when you're done, depending on how you prefer it. And I'll cover all of Roblox's taxes, etc., etc. And then they ask how much time they have, and I say, oh, I'm not worried about that. Anyways, they come back in like a week, and they're already done 3 cars, and I find that really impressive. I'm not saying it's impossible. All I was asking for was the car bodies, none of the interior parts or anything like that, because I said I could do that myself. But the fact that they were done 3 in a week was very, very quick. And they just sent me a screenshot of the cars lined up in Roblox Studio. Now, one thing I had made pretty clear is I just wanted them to show the cars in Blender, especially with the topology, just because that is always nice. I know it's legitimately being made. So I just told them, all right, well, next time you send me an update on the cars, just show them in Blender. And then they never got back to me. And then I messaged them again in like a week and like, hey, how's everything going? They never got back to me. So I messaged them in another week and they never responded. And that last follow-up was about 3 days ago. So they just haven't responded to me for 2.5 weeks. So yeah, I might wait a little bit longer, but I'm probably going to be trying to find somebody. So yeah, that's how that's gone. Now on to one last thing, and this is totally unrelated to game development, but I'm really excited about this. So let's cover that. So as mentioned earlier, this is totally unrelated to development, but if everything goes to plan, then I might have something non-game development related to make content about on this channel. And it's related to a vehicle that I'll hopefully get my hands on and will have soon enough. So this car, if you want to make a guess on what it is, then comment down below, but it is a 1980s Japanese sports car, kind of. Not very quick, and you can make your guesses from there. But yeah, if I do get my hands on that, then I will make some content about it. So see you in the next video. Bye.